tough on terrorism. Actually be tough on terrorism. And stop making it easy as possible for terrorists to buy assault weapons. Reinstate the assault weapons ban. Make it harder for terrorists to use these weapons to kill us.
The terrorist in Orlando was the definition of the wrong hands. And weapons of war have no place in our streets.
All right, that was the President Hillary Clinton earlier today using the terror attacks in Orlando to push their anti-gun agenda. Clearly, they don't get it. Joining us now, Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clark, former NYPD Detective Bo Dietl, and President of Crime Prevention Research Center, John Lott. Here's what I don't understand, John. So let me see if I get this straight. This is the same president, same Secretary of State that negotiated with the #1 state sponsor of terror, ended up giving them $150 billion to spin their centrifuges and make nuclear weapons. The same people that gave the former head of the Muslim Brotherhood F-16s, tanks, and $1 billion, the guy that referred to Israelis as descendants of apes and pigs, and they're worried about Bo Dietl and Sean Hannity and John Lott having a pistol? Seriously?
I mean, with that much money, they're going to be able to get all sorts of weapons to terrorists, no matter what types of security that you put in there. I mean, I just don't understand. There's a simple thing that they could try to do here, and that is get rid of these gun-free zones. I mean, every time these attacks,
Yeah.
I mean, since 1950, with 3 exceptions, every one of these attacks has been a gun-free zone. We just had 2 months ago in Detroit, a father was concerned about his son being involved in ISIS, contacted the FBI. The FBI put a wiretap on him, and they have him on tape. He's plotting to go after one of the largest churches in Detroit. And he said the reason why he wanted to go after something like that because he had checked and he knew that people there didn't have guns, that they weren't allowed to be able to carry.
It's interesting, and you know this because you studied this, Bo. The former President Clinton today, and his wife obviously agrees with him, actually said that, it was a good thing that Orlando club goers didn't have arms so they could shoot back or more people would have gotten hurt. Now, if you and myself and our friend Sheriff Clark were there, we would have fought back and we might have been able to save lives.
Absolutely. I mean, I listened to the president today, and I really got sick. The fact of the matter, ISIS says, kill infidels any way you can. Use your Ford 150, whatever you have to do. Look what happened in Paris just yesterday, where they killed the cop and his wife, and they stabbed him to death. You know what they'll do? If they can't get their hands on a gun, they'll use a fertilizer farm. They're going to kill it.
They have the strongest gun control laws in the entire world.
All the weapons in France last year that were used in the Vortex, all of them were illegal.
Let me go to Sheriff
Your
Clark.
beliefs are to kill the infidels. End
Sheriff,
of story.
if I'm in San Bernardino, if I'm in Orlando or Chattanooga, if I'm anywhere where there's a terror attack, I would really like it, and I don't mean this in a bad way, that somebody like yourself is there, or somebody like myself who's carried a firearm my entire adult life, or Bo Dietl. Because I believe at least we have a chance when they drop their clip to get them and prevent death.
Sean, there's a reason why the symbol of the Democratic Party is a jackass, because they're not real smart. After listening to President Obama and Mrs. Bill Clinton with those foolish statements, it's their automatic default. You know that, Sean. They drag this thing out there, one-trick pony. You could have a hurricane sweep through the southeast section of the country, and you know what their reaction would be? We need more gun control. It's the NRA's fault. That's all they know. John hit the nail right on the head. Gun-free zones are killing fields. When you have a gun-free zone, you are leading people to slaughter. Now, in the case of a nightclub, it's a little different, because you have people drinking, some people are inebriated. You've got to be a little careful about allowing people to go armed in an intoxicated state. However, what they could have done and should have done, even in hindsight, is they should have had armed security on the premise, because I'm telling you right now that death toll would have been a lot lower had there been armed security to counter that thing until the police got there.
There are 40 states that allow people to carry concealed handguns in bars. There's no problems that anybody can point to with that. Maybe you could say if you carry your gun, you're not allowed to drink there. Like a designated driver type thing. But these people who go and get the permits are incredibly law-abiding. If they could point to even a couple cases.
John, I had a carry permit in New York, Rhode Island, California, Alabama, Georgia. I carried it since I'm 20 years old. And I was trained, I was a marksman better than Bo at the age of 11.
But
I'm kidding, though.
The problem here again is his hometown of Chicago. And I get angry when he talks like that.
Last word, Sheriff Clark.
Well, the thing about gun control is any conversation about gun control has to go along the lines of two things. It has to pass constitutional muster, and it has to be achievable. And if you look at those 2 points with the gun control ideas, these inane ideas
Yeah.
from the Democrats and the left,
It's
neither of those
undeniably
are achievable.
They'll give money to the Iranians, the #1 state sponsor of terror, and they'll give the president of Egypt, who's a former head of the Muslim Brotherhood, weapons, F-16s, tanks, and money. It's insane. Thank you all for being
To
with
be
us.
to be a Democrat is to be hypocritical, Shawnee. You know
Well, I
that.
think you nailed it in the beginning. They're jackasses, but, I don't want to
They disarm the poor people who need the guns the most. These
And the choice for Donald Trump is there. Either Donald Trump or a continuation of Obama.
All right, coming up, we have more president.